Okay, hello everybody. So today we are going to continue on with our parabolas. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to take out your calculator, a pencil, some extra paper if you need it, and then you should have a note sheet. If I handed it out in class, it's pink, or else it's just online in the Schoology folder for note sheets. And that's like that graphing parabola note sheet. On the left side, there's step-by-step directions in case you're confused. And the right side of it is an example. Okay. Look at the example. That's something just for you to kind of go through, look at if you need it. And then we're going to do some of the worksheet today based off of that. But in case you get confused on what we're doing, you can always go back and check that pink note sheet from Schoology. So today, parabolas are still those quadratic functions or quadratic equations, and they look like smiles or frowns. Remember, they are not V's. They curve, okay? Okay, so let's do some problems. I'm going to move this over quick. Here we go. So do you see this is number one? Okay. First thing, you have to notice the equation is y equals, and remember we want ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, what does that mean? And again, if you look on that note sheet, there should always be a number in front of A, a number in front of B, and a number in front of C, which is no X. So those are your A, B's, or C's. So if you look at number one here, I'm going to rewrite that as like my green formula here. Okay. So this is, I have 1x squared. I have a negative 6x. Okay. And I don't have a constant at the end. Okay. Because this minus 6 is actually the keep change. And in my equation here, I need only pluses. Okay. So write that down on your homework worksheet, that yellow worksheet. If you don't have it, get it out now or get it handed out now or print it out. Okay. Then from that, I need to figure out what is A. A is the number in front of my x squared. B is the number in front of x. And C is at the end, but there is no C, and that means 0. Okay? Now, if I look at the axis of symmetry, remember the axis of symmetry we learned from the last lesson, and on step 1, what it really is x equals the opposite of B over 2A. Or you could say negative B over 2A. Okay? Okay, so that's an equation you learned in the last lesson. So where am I getting? Now, if you look, this is going to be the axis of symmetry. So what is B? So I'm going to start by putting the opposite. B is negative 6 over 2 times A, which is 1. Okay. Now, if I look here, that goes away. So it's really just 6 over 2 or 3. Fill that out along with me, okay? Okay. Then that is my axis of symmetry. X equals 3. That 3 goes here. You copy that down there. That's part of my vertex. And remember, the vertex is where it changes from down to up or from up to down. Okay. Now, after you do that, you're going to make an XY table. So everybody make an XY table, and you need 5 slots. So take a minute and make those XY tables. That's going to happen for all of these problems. Okay. And then put a little arrow. The vertex is going to be right there in the middle. Okay. So that's the number that goes in the middle under the X column because it's an X equals. Okay. Then I'm going to go up 2 and down 2. Okay. Now to find the Y value of my vertex, plug that into the original equation here. This one up here. Oops. Okay. So when X is 3, I put in my calculator a 3 in. So I go Y equals 3 squared minus 6 times 3. And that's to get my Y value there. So when X is 3, Y is -9. Okay. Then I redo it again. And now I plug in or substitute a 4 in for X. So again, now instead of this 3, they become 4s. Okay. Put that into your calculator and make sure you're getting a number that is -8. Everybody try it now. Okay. And then do that. And instead of a 4, now put a 5 and you should get -5. So you can pause the video now. Make sure you're getting those numbers in the calculator. Okay. Okay, then we do it for when X is 2, you should get a -8. And when X is 1, you should get a -5. If you're not getting those numbers, ask for help. Those all go in your calculator. So that vertex, just to let you know, was then 3, -9. Okay. Now I'm going to take that table of values and I'm going to plot my points. So next I go to my graph and I plot them. So I go 5, -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. Then I go over 4, down 8. Okay. Then I go over 3, down 9. And then it repeats again. And that's what it should kind of look like. Whoops, I oopsed that one, right? Okay. Oops, -1 it should be over here. So plot those points and then connect those. And yours will be better because mine's a fat marker. But again, it's a curve going up. Okay, and it's not a V, it's a curve. Now, this means it is a minimum because that vertex point, remember this point here is the vertex, it's never going to get lower than that. And then the y-intercept, remember, is when X is 0. So when X is 0, I'm going to put that into the original equation, Y equals 0 squared minus 6 times 0. So when X is 0, what is Y? Also 0. So that is my y-intercept. That's when X is 0. And that is also on your note sheet, okay? Okay. So far, so good. Let's try number 2. Okay. Here we go. Actually, I'm going to skip number 2. Go on and let's try number 3. This should be number 3. Okay. First thing, rewrite this in y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So do you see we have -2x squared? In this equation, you have 0 x's, but you have a 1 at the end. So write that down for number 3. And then what is A? What is B? What is C? Okay. A is -2. B is 0. C is 1 for that equation. Okay. So to find my axis of symmetry, okay, I put a negative x equals, and my B is 0 over 2 times 1. So it's 0 over -2. It's just 0. Okay? So my axis of symmetry is x equals 0. Remember, that goes there then. You copy that down. Okay? Okay, then make your table. And remember, you need 5 slots. Okay, and the vertex goes in the middle right there. Okay. Okay, so far so good. If you're still on task, pause at any time. Now to finish the table, we go up, up, down, down. Okay. Now to finish the vertex, what do I get when I put a 0 in for x in this equation? When I put a 0 in for x, I get y equals -2 times 0 squared plus 1. So this is for my vertex. And I put that in the calculator and I get a 1 and I copy that down there. Okay? Then, now I finish the table. I substitute a 1 in for x. Double check in your calculator when you put a 1 in for x instead of the 0. Check your calculator, make sure you're getting -1. It's important you try these now. And then when you put a 2 in your calculator, check that you're getting a -7. I would say pause the video now and make sure you're getting that correctly. Okay? If you're good, we're going to keep going. Now this is going to be a -1 and a -7. So everybody right now, check to make sure you are good to go. If you are good, start plotting your points. So it's 2, -7. Okay. 1, -1. 0, 1. -1, -2, -7. It's going to be skinny. And again, it's not a V. It's just a skinny curve to the best of your ability. Okay. And remember, this dot here is my vertex. That's where it changes from going up to down. So that point is a maximum because it never goes higher than that. And last but not least, my y-intercept is when x equals 0. So when x equals 0, in your original equation, what do you get for y? 1. And if you look on the graph there, you can see that is our y-intercept. We've used the y-intercept before, okay? Okay, so your homework today is to do only numbers 2 and number 4 on the worksheet. Only number 2 and number 4 on the worksheet. Check your answer in Schoology, and then go ahead and take the daily formative. Okay, it's not done for you, okay, but so it's not actually done. I want you to try the last 2 problems on your own, but please check it with the answer key in Schoology, or you can check the one in class as well. There'll be a piece of paper with the answer key on front. You are welcome to check that one, but please do the next 2, try on your own, and then do the Schoology, okay? Okay, have a great day. Take your time, help each other out, okay? If you need to, ask for help. Okay, bye.